Alright, so problem number two, we want to sketch the graph, state the domain and range, show all the necessary information on the graph to make sure the transformation is shown, be consistent with our scale, label points if it is unclear, and state domain and range in interval and set builder notation. But before we start, I have to preface the food situation. So I was craving Mexican food because I was just in New Mexico. But here's the thing. When I was in New Mexico, I got some bomb Mexican food. Delicious green chili enchiladas, chicken enchiladas with blue corn tortillas. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So I probably screwed up by ordering Mexican food tonight because there's no way that it can compete. Well, find out if it competes in a moment. But let's do this problem first. Identify the mother function. The mother function is 1 over x. That's the one that looks like that. Scooby-Doo-Doobity-Day. What are important pieces of this graph? Well, it has a vertical asymptote and a horizontal asymptote right there. So what does that minus 1 do? That minus 1 is shifting everything down. So if I'm drawing my axes, instead of my horizontal asymptote being at 0, it is now shifted down 1. So I'm going to draw that in. Well, what about that vertical asymptote? That x minus 3 in the bottom there, that is shifting my vertical asymptote to the right 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that is a great start. But what else is going on here? Notice that I have that negative. Oops. I have that negative in the numerator. That is going to give me a flip. So instead of being floop floop, I'm more like floop floop. So all I have to do now is sketch things in. Key point is going to be right there and right there. Since I don't have any multiplier, it is just 1 over, 1 down, 1 over, 1 up, like that. And now I can sketch it in, and I can be happy because I know that that's generally what this graph is going to look like. But what about domain and range? Fairly straightforward. Domain, wow, that was bad. Let's try that again. Domain x in R such that x is not equal to that vertical asymptote, which is 3. Boom. Interval notation, x is in the interval from negative infinity up to that x-intercept of 3, but not including it, union with that x, I said x-intercept, I'm going to say vertical asymptote, union with the vertical asymptote x value 3, not including it, up to positive infinity, right there. Alright, what about range? Well, range is very similar. Range, we're talking y values in R such that y is not equal to negative 1, the value of the horizontal asymptote. Or similarly, y in the interval going from negative infinity up to but not including negative 1, union with negative 1, not including it, up to positive infinity. There you have it. That's everything I'm looking for.